nice to say.
Well, you don't ever shut up.
That's you, not me.
Oh, yeah, might be, but you're part of it. Anyway, shine it out the window. They don't want to see me. It's snowing. It's snowing, so...
There's a plow guy.
A what?
There's a plow guy.
Oh, yeah, well, they're salting, which is not good for the motorhome. So anyway, yeah. Can you hear me? Holy shit, it's getting ugly. And the ground, it's too warm for this stuff to stick on the roadway. But I'm sure they're going to dump a bunch of salt, brine, and crap on the roads to ruin the undercarriage of this thing. I don't like taking this out in the wintertime. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Last year, what did we do? That was February. Oh, somebody got in a wreck.
Careful.
I'm telling you, somebody got in a wreck.
Oh, people are crazy driving.
Yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
I just put new windshield wipers on the motorhome just before we left. Right?
Yeah.
And look how awesome they're working.
Now would you look at that?
Yeah. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
But that is snow, unfortunately. No wonder it's dry. You got the heat. Shit, covered up. It's getting cold in here. You got the heater covered up.
I'm not cold.
I am. pull it ahead. Good. I guess I'm going to make a quick video on this silly thing. It is heavy. 6210R, picked it up, but barely. Did not like it at all. Yeah, so this is a Brillion Soil Commander 5-shank ripper. Straight bar ripper. I got this from Glenn Leduc in Illinois. He's all the way out about 25 miles from Jeff Ramon. And I was supposed to meet up with Jeff, but it took me too long with all the bullshitting and the gabbing and all the fun stuff that we did when I picked it up, that I was unable to catch him before he had to take a load of soybeans. So Jeff, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't get to see you. I was really hoping I could get there to see you. But anyways, it made it home just fine. Glenn had this thing advertised on, I think it's Tractor House or something, and he said he couldn't sell it because it isn't big enough. And that kind of shocked me, but he said that it was not big enough. It was just a 5-shank, and everybody out there needs to go with 7 or 9 shank rippers. I don't need a 7 or 9 shank ripper. You know, the acreage that we're going to do, I'm probably going to wear these points out pretty quickly when we do get it in the ground, because I'm going to be ripping, well, I'm going to be ripping a lot of ground. I'm going to be ripping hay ground to go into corn and soybeans. Yes, you heard me correctly. Corn and soybeans. Not sure how many acres of soybeans I'm going to plant. Probably 300.
probably 300 acres of soybeans is all, you know, the rest will be corn. So there'd be a total of about, I don't know, a total of 900 to 1,200 acres of row crops this year. Cody right now is pressure washing the TR96. That is going to come into the shop, believe it or not. The TR96 is there. He's cleaning her all up. It was dirty as a pig, you know, but he'll have that all cleaned up. We're going to bring it in the shop, and there's some things that need to be done to it before I put it away. Like bearings. I got a few bearings that need to be addressed and some other things. I'm going to write down a list of all the fun stuff that needs to go on that so that it gets done before we put it away for the winter. But this is a Model Z 150 by Brillion. I don't know how old it is. He didn't seem to know how old it was. He said that he had it about 5 years. He used it on about 150 acres, and it was brand new when he bought it. I'm gonna do a little research and find out exactly how many years old it is. Not that it matters, because in all honesty, this is all original stuff. These are all original. He did paint them, you know, he did throw some black paint on there, but these shins on the Standard are, you know, they're like new, and they wear sharp, but there is literally no wear to them. The points, they're original points. A lot of guys like to run the winged point, you know, the ones that have the little wings that come out, like the old DMI points. I don't even think DMI is in business anymore, but the DMI points. I did a little research on DMI points, or not DMI points, and winged points, and I've decided against using those. They pull harder, but they can cause, well, I won't get into what they can cause, what I was told that they can cause. You're better off with the straight ripper there. But I'm going to be replacing these rather quickly. They do have a chrome plated or chrome hard surfaced one that wears sharp and lasts a really long time. This is not a spring reset model. The spring reset models are extraordinarily expensive. This was listed for sale. Glenn listed it at $11,900. He sold it to me for considerably less, not quite $3,000 less. I paid $9,000 for this thing, plus about $1,200 in gasoline, thanks Joe Biden, to go get it. And I'm not upset about that, but it was originally a 4-shank. And if you can see here, and Glenn showed me, he's like, yeah, it was a 4-shank. He says it was never used as a 4-shank. When he bought it, he wanted a 5-shank. So a 5-shank on 30s, and these were originally a wider shank. So they added the wings on there, and the markers, which they're Brillion, but I believe they're Yetter. I think they're made by Yetter. And he added one extra shank. So everything kind of got moved over. They are in 30s. 30-inch row spacing. And the whole thing with this, in my insanity in how I want to do this next coming year's corn crop, is that I want to put a GPS unit on the tractor that I pull this with, and I will be able to store that data in the tractor that I'm going to plant the corn with. And what I want to do is actually put that row of corn dead center where I rip. So I'm not going to be using this thing right away. I just won't. I don't have to. I want to rip in the spring just before I get ready to plant. Some people advise against that, but I think that it will work out just fine. Now, in the research that I've done on these, because the last time I pulled a ripper, it was a single shank, and it was in that field there and down below the barn, and we spent days, literally days, ripping that field. And we didn't even rip it to, well, we ripped it to drain it. And it did do a phenomenal job of draining the field for a couple of years. And of course, now with heavy tractors like the 6210R, which weighs in at like 25,000 pounds, and the balers, which weigh in at 25,000 pounds, and the hay rakes and all that other shit that you go over it with, the stack wagon 50,000 times, it causes a lot of compaction. So that's the plan. Gonna get a GPS unit, row units that are GPS units that go on this, or it's for this, and then I'm gonna follow with the corn planter, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's 6 minutes of me rambling about it. I think I made a good purchase. I've tried to buy these things closer, and you can't get anything that isn't hammered dog shit for less than what I paid for this one, which is in outdoor stored condition, but brand new condition. Still, a little surface rust doesn't bother me at all. I don't care if it looks like it was completely rusted out, completely rusted over with surface rust. That doesn't bother me in the least. But yeah, but Glenn did tell me, he said, hey, look, he said, I broke this shear bolt, that one. I was like, yeah, okay, that's what they're designed to do. And I guess this big old washer here is chained fast so that you don't lose the washer. But that was it. That was the only problem he had. He took an articulated International tractor and was pointing the front wheels at the sky, and that was the last that he used it. So I can't believe that that tractor would barely pick this thing up. I had to bounce it to get it up off, if you see in the video. But anyways, here we go.